Just a random song we figured we'd play. How you doing, everybody?
I hope it's not connected to anything.
Yeah, I hope it's not connected. Oh, terrible. Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen.
Hello, everyone.
Dave Landau.
That's a bummer. That is a bummer.
That is. That's one of those things that it's like, a little mark. It marks a little time. It marks a little time gone by in your life. If you're, especially, you were around when Van Halen first came out. You bought the first album. You went to live shows and saw the original Van Halen back in the day. Yeah.
I was young, and it was bucket list to see them live, and now that is a drop out of the old bucket.
Kick the bucket list.
Kick the bucket.
Oh,
Man,
so yeah.
I liked David Lee Roth Van Halen. He's my favorite. I won't lie. Yeah. But I think Hagar was all right.
I liked Sammy. Sammy had those catchy top 40 songs. There were songs they had more hits, commercial hits and financial hits with Van Hagar, as they did with David Lee Roth. But that original David Lee Roth version of Van Halen was just. I don't know. At the time, I remember listening to a lot of rock, but it was kind of 70s rock. You'd get your The Who and Led Zeppelin and things like. And then there was Southern rock that was around. Charlie Daniels Band and the Outlaws, Molly Hatchet. There was kind of that stuff. Leonard Skinner, things like that. And then there was kind of the eclectic shit like Rush. Rush was a little odd, a little weird, but
what
it was great.
What Peart?
Neil Peart,
the drummer, is fucking insane.
So there were all these things going on, and then Van Halen comes out, and it was like, what the fuck is this? The guitar was like nothing we ever heard. You gotta admit. When Eddie Van Halen, when you first heard Van Halen and heard his leads, it was like, what the fuck is this guy doing to the guitar? This could be assault of a guitar. The way he's playing this thing, it made sounds like no one ever heard before. His tone, it was so original and so cool. And it thrust him right to stardom. With, of course, David Lee Roth and his karate kicks and his rock star attitude.
Bop.
Boozy bop. Yeah, all that
I could have done without that, but the rest of it.
Yeah, they were the consummate rock band. If you were growing up at that time and you heard Van Halen and saw their videos and things like that, you were just like, that's what I want to be. Like, if you wanted to be a rock star, that was your template right there.
Well, like Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden were kind of going into a different direction where, and Iron Maiden was more operatic, but they were going into a different direction where it was a little darker, where for some reason Van Halen was able to stay with rock, and it was evolved rock.
Yeah, and it was all about hard partying, let's get chicks, fucking drinking.
Panama.
Yeah, Panama. That's what it was all about. But they stood out because I think a lot like when you look at those original grunge bands of the 90s, Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, Van Halen did that for the 80s.
Yeah, Alice in Chains, that early Seattle. Yeah.
All that early stuff for that. And it took everyone away from the stupid hairband bullshit that it turned into at the late 80s. But Van Halen was kind of like, oh, I see, there's kind of a new rock thing happening here, and this is fucking it. This is it. I think they really did kind of start that thing that would end up being the stupid blonde-haired lead singer hairband thing. But they did it when it was cool. It was fucking rock. The music was more important than the look, but the look was awesome too. Eddie's guitars with the fucking designs on them and the clothes and everything.
But they kind of pushed it into Metallica and to Megadeth. Like, they were a little more like that than the hairband route, which
they were a good bridge for that though, because Metallica was just insanely dark
out of nowhere. Oh yeah,
their tenure there. The late 70s, early 80s, Metallica was just the dark
a lot like
band.
a lot like Black Sabbath.
Yeah, and Van Halen was very upbeat. It wasn't this dark, droning fucking rock thing that devils and all that shit. It was fun. It was fun music. It was fucking kick ass. It was all about, like I said, chicks and drinking, and everyone fucking got on board. It was just.
I don't know anybody who dislikes Van Halen.
Yeah. You could say I like this version better than that version. I like that, but no one really was like, "Ugh, Van Halen. Oh, fuck them."
Yeah,
like no, they were awesome.
There's no talent there.
Yeah. Oh, the none. It's terrible.
This fucking kid's great too. Wolfgang.
Yeah. Wolfgang. He tweeted it out. It's pretty tragic. He's just like, "Oh, I never thought I'd have to say this, but yeah."
Especially so young.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess rock star 65, but I feel if you're a rock star, it should be like 35.
Right. Yeah, he
35
he got into
or
that.
like 80. Like I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
It's not a good number for a rock star.
Eddie notorious for smoking.
Oh yeah.
The guy had a cigarette in his mouth constantly.
E-Rock was saying dipping as well. So it's he enjoyed his tobacco.
It started out, he had cancer of the tongue. They cut off part of his tongue in 2000. He got throat cancer, and eventually, very recently, it went to his brain and other organs, and that's that. That was it for Eddie, 65. He wasn't doing much at the time, I mean, it was always this fucking, is Van Halen getting back together? Where's Van Halen? Hey, David Lee Roth's an asshole. Eddie's an asshole. Where's Sammy? It was all that shit for so many years. But in between, they had gotten together a few times and done a few shows. They were pretty well received for the most part. But yeah, that's it for Van Halen. You can't now have Van Halen without Eddie Van Halen.
No.
Just can't. That's one of those band members. And there are certain bands that have pulled it off in the past. Amazingly enough, some of them, like AC/DC, was amazing.
That was shocking.
When your singer goes,
lead, yeah.
Yeah, that's usually it. But again, even though it wasn't through death, when Hagar got on board, it was still Van Halen.
Yeah, even Guns N' Roses, like when Steven Adler left, they were able to keep going, but he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't he wasn't Axl.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still like he was a member of that band.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains is still awesome.
Alice in Chains is still going, but I would tell you something. It just isn't.
It's not
Lane Staley.
Yeah,
and they do the songs very well, but they're not writing songs like Lane wrote, and that's a big important part of it. And there's a sound. Lane's voice was very distinctive and very Alice in Chains. You could do an imitation of it, like that guy in Journey, that big.
That's all it is.
Guy in Journey. It's a cover band where the rest of the band is the actual band.
Fortunately, Journey sucks so much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of you like Journey, but
but that was a pussy kind of.
It is.
But that was considered rock back in the day, and again, that was around the same time as Van Halen. So Van Halen was like, "Oh, you're faggot. You listen to fucking Journey. Right. I'm listen to Eruption. This fucking thing.
Right.
Listen to Jamie's Crying. Listen to fucking like that was the shit. People would be like, "Oh my god, that's fucking rock."
Yes.
Not Come to You with Open Arms.
No, that's no good. If I want a soft song, I'm gonna put on Sam Cooke or Marvin Gaye, somebody who was shot in their 30s.
You could really. Someone who was shot by their father, something,
or by a hotel clerk,
right? A hotel
during a misunderstanding, But they had soul, and you want to hear it.
Isn't it funny? People get shot during a misunderstanding. Very few understanding shootings.
That's true. They never say it was a very understanding shot.
I totally get this, and I agree wholeheartedly.
Please.
How? He was shot during an understanding in an alleyway. Yeah.
Turns out they both were in complete agreement.
Complete agreement.
And gunned down.
Still, we rarely see this. But yeah, Van Halen was one of those bands, and Eddie, like I said, being gone now, that's it. You lived through and enjoyed and watched various iterations of the band Van Halen, and that will never happen again. You could have different people. I'm sure the other guys, Wolfgang and maybe even Anthony will get back, and Alex. Maybe Sammy, probably not.
It'd be nice to see, though. E-Rock and I were just talking about it. It'd be nice to see them all come together because we immediately planned a concert.
Yeah,
it's like it would be nice for them to all come together, though. And then you bring in like Slash and other people that were heavily influenced.
Pay tribute on guitar. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Big show because this is like. Yeah, this is like a rock god who died.
Yeah.
It's like
this
when
is
Prince
a big
died.
One.
This is a huge death.
Yeah, this is a big one for rock and roll and music in general. They were a huge part of the original MTV when MTV first started up. Their videos, I mean, Jump, fucking Hot for Teacher was just an amazing video. Panama.
Crystal Pepsi.
Right now. Those are the videos, though, that
made me want to drink Crystal Pepsi.
Like,
it worked.
Find the beginning. Well, not the beginning. Find the Hot for Teacher video. This was, if you started hearing, you're like, I gotta get to the TV.
It also was one that played for a long time on MTV, and then I would watch on VH1 later. Because like VH1 would do classics, and I always loved when it would come on.
This was so good.
Sweet Waldo. Now, Waldo, I hope you find some friends this year.
Oh, Mom, you know I'm not like other guys. I'm nervous and my socks are too loose.
He's got to go to school with fucking animals and Van Halen.
Sit down, Waldo.
White gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, when you started hearing that, you're like, oh no! Oh, it's Hot for Teacher! This was pornography at the time. I could not, I loved fucking when this teacher comes out.
By the way,
Eddie, of course, just listen to that.
It just shows how people from the late 50s to the late 70s got awesome.
Yeah.
And people from 2000 till now suck.
They suck. Like that fucking sound.
It's just incredible. Well, he was easily one of the best guitarists to ever live.
Yeah.
And one of the most innovative.
It's so good.
Oh, wow, man. Wait a second, man.
And there's kids in front of us.
Well,
The teacher's gonna look like this.
well, let's be honest, this is a bit before its time because it all happened.
This is Dude. So good. And then they're horrible dancing.
Oh, yeah.
But they know they're terrible. All time. What is this? This must have been Dave's idea. Yeah, let's do an old kind of dance.
We'll look like the Temptation. We'll be Four Tops.
The only temptation I had was to turn it off when they started
exactly.
dancing.
Yeah, leave her on.
Oh, no, I want to see Eddie's lead a little bit. Again.
It's so
Fucking lights. It's so well done.
I love the phys ed sash.
Yeah. And she's just smoking. We're going to need you to dance in front of children. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's the 80s.
Yeah, no one cares.
Somehow none of these guys are going to get AIDS. I wonder why.
Shit. There's Dave. Dave probably.
Half that room is on cocaine.
Oh, yeah, the coke is just, the kids are doing
Yes,
coke.
of course.
Yeah. Look how bad they are. It's so good. Yeah, this is just insane.
I do like it though when the front man is ridiculous because he knows he has, like, he just doesn't actually do it.
One of the greatest frontmen ever.
Yeah, because of it. Yeah.
God, that sounds amazing. They're just chained to a wall like a stripper. This is so good.
Which band member do you think fucked her last?
Probably Anthony, yeah.
Yeah, I think Anthony probably got sloppy.
Yeah, he got sloppy fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Get the kids in, we'll drive fast.
And my chitty chitty bang bang hot rod. I love this part.
Yeah, they got the little end. Yeah.
Just the pointless endings of 80s movies where it's like, this guy went out, who cares?
Oh, poor Eddie is dead.
Way to leave a mark with your life, though.
Oh, yeah. Waldo. Look at the fucking girls they would put in those videos. Oh, my. Way over the top, Dave. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh.
Banana, my Eddie Van
there were
Halen.
some...
Rest in peace, my friend.
Yeah, there were some
That was-
happy record executives getting 92% of that.
Oh, yeah.